Introducing the people's own political system, which gives power to the people. It's a new method of voting that empowers citizens to quickly and easily reverse the trend away from democracy. Sound like a pipe dream? Stay tuned. Its foundation is a permanent commitment to refrain from voting for candidates who accept large donations from the rich and powerful. To put it another way, voters unite and commit to candidates who base their campaigns on millions of small donations. It's not just theory. It has already started to happen thanks to Bernie Sanders. The average size of his contributions in 2016 was $27. Does that sound like the rich and powerful? He has been honestly working for the people for decades. If he had been well known then, there's a good chance he would have won. Up until then, who would have believed that campaigns based on small donations would have any chance at all of being successful? Thank you, Bernie. Many unknown politicians since then have paid attention and have won their elections against seasoned pros. Maybe we shouldn't blame the politicians for ignoring us. Traditionally, professional politicians running for federal office believed that they had to spend most of their time bowing down, as well as working for, the rich and powerful. Politicians get their salaries from us, but not if they don't get elected. They would be committing political suicide if they didn't work for the rich and powerful. That's where you come in. Liberated politicians seem to get excited about working for the people. Allowing this new trend to die could easily end up in a dictatorship. Politicians work for those who get them elected. Let me repeat that. Politicians work for those who get them elected. That's great news for us. There aren't many of the rich and powerful controlling our government. There are over 300 million of us. If half of us contributed $30 each, that would provide $5 billion for the candidates of our choice. Can you imagine that? Politicians owing their survival to the people. No more bowing down to the few who could care less about democracy. Donations to candidates manifests itself in a great return on investment. You could get more back than you put in. Ask the rich and powerful. Could it be that easy, buying our own candidates? Who could stop us? What we're talking about is forcefully taking back the country. Honest politicians would have more incentive to run. There are many other ways to create public financing systems that would not require any donations from you, but these possible solutions would take time to implement with less assurance of victory. To make this new system quick and easy to use, it would be important to force a constitutional amendment requiring all candidates to post the average size of their donations on mandated websites. Also, require them to post their top 10 donors' names and amounts, as well as basing our elections on the popular vote. Because the powerful love to manipulate the electoral system. In the meantime, there are many governmental and private websites that list the size and names of contributors. For instance, www.followthemoney.org or www.opensecrets.org or www.fec.gov. So how does this new people's political system work? 1. Most important, stop voting for candidates who take big donations from the powerful. 2. Make small donations to those who have the lowest average size of small donations. 3. Choose between the remaining candidates based on their qualifications. 4. Include billionaires on your list only if they can prove their commitment to the people through their lifetime actions. Determine how they accumulated those billions of dollars. Note, there is no mention of political parties here. They could become obsolete. Can you imagine that? The best foundation for democracy could be empathy, tolerance, and love. United, we have an overwhelming advantage. We could become unstoppable with very little effort. Really, who could stop us if we became really committed? Make it happen. Spread the word. During the birth of our country, patriots shouted out, "Give me liberty or give me death." Who would say that today? At this very moment, people who live in countries with weak legal systems are striking out for America with only the clothes on their backs, knowing that they could be raped as well as their children, or literally losing them forever. And yes, the possibility of never making it to America. What do they know that we don't know? Would it be unreasonable for those who gave their lives for us to expect us to rise up and take back the country with essentially no loss of life? They knew the journey toward democracy would be a long one. You can be part of the generation that reversed the slide away from democracy and moved the country closer to democracy than ever before. It's really that simple, folks. If you vote for candidates who take big donations, you will become a victim of some of the biggest cons in history, who will give you a dictatorship eventually. Or vote for candidates who rely on millions of small donations and get the nation back on a path to democracy. You'll never know if you don't try. It won't happen without you. Help spread the word to everyone. Make it happen. Make it happen. For your sake, make it happen.